So this was the opening shot of my previous video about my network rack. That's a clock. As you can see, it's very close to midnight. It's 365th day of the year. This is not a leap year, therefore it is, of course, New Year's Eve. Now, blame Luke Weston for this, because he asked me to do it, and, well, people should have invited me to better parties tonight, I guess, so I can do it at all. But given that there's a couple of minutes to spare before that ticks over to midnight, I may as well explain some of my other clocks I have here. Here's a good range. The thing at the bottom there sitting on top of the chair is a Datum TS2100 NTP server. It takes GPS in one end, it has an Ethernet at the other, and you can use an extraordinarily high accuracy time source. I bought this one because it was supposed to be rubidium governed. Unfortunately, I got stuffed around on eBay. The little silver unit sitting on top of it, this one here, is in fact a rubidium oscillator. And this clock can in fact have one of those exact modules put inside it, if you have the right model. As it turns out, I don't. Now the last thing at the back is quite neat. That's a cesium oscillator. So both those boxes are atomic clocks. Cesium is in fact what you would refer to as the atomic clock, versus rubidium, which is simply an atomic clock. They're kind of cute. Now, back over here, the other clock I have there, and it's been running for a bit over a year now. I in fact watched the last New Year on this very setup in this room, I think. I certainly didn't have it set up in its current location. The display is a True Time, who became Datum, which later became Symmetricom, two rack unit high IRIG-B display. IRIG-B, Inter-Range Instrumentation Group time code. NASA use it, for example, to line up their shuttle imagery. It's very standard, it's old. It is in fact just an audio signal. If you have audio gear, you can listen to it. NTPD on Linux can in fact handle it. The little 1AU below it, this thing, is a TrueTime XLDC GPS clock. This could also be an NTP server if it had the right module. I don't, so it's sitting there providing time via NTP. Now, its accuracy is meant to be roughly to 100 nanoseconds or so. But the fact is, because it's been sitting there integrating for over a year in its current position, admittedly the location of the antenna is a bit shit, it actually should be considerably more accurate than that. This should be very close, long term, over a couple of weeks, to actually having a working cesium clock at home. But I don't. I have one last clock to show, but I'll put this down and I'll go and get it. So this little puck is a Trimble Palisade. Some people may know Trimble. They make a lot of survey equipment, GPS survey equipment. They also make some GPS time equipment. This unit plugs in via the weird serial port on the bottom and talks RS422 serial to an extraordinarily high accuracy timing protocol that is sub-millisecond accurate. You're probably in the hundreds of nanoseconds. It's a cute little unit. This should be in production in the Melbourne CBD, but unfortunately we haven't figured out a unit that we can hook it up to that can handle the heat of what it's going to be at. And we're into the final minute. I also have some other cute gear, such as a HP variable phase oscillator, so mainly to abuse audio stuff. But I'll allow the year to finish in peace. And welcome to 2011. if the microphone is acting very nicely, you can even hear the fireworks going on behind. But hopefully everyone had a better New Year's Eve than I did. And if you want to know more about clocks, I did a presentation at OSDC 2010 on timing. I'll be doing a somewhat compressed version of the same presentation at LinuxConf AU, the sysadmin miniconf, LCA 2011, OSDC 2010, of course. Or, of course, you're always welcome to send me an email, get on to me via Twitter somehow.